Yay Networks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Perfect Pair podcast. Rock Teesy's Who I Be.
And I'm Krystal, Rock T's better half.
This episode is brought to you by The Green Chef, which we love to death. Bars. I ain't playing that.
Right.
Green Chef, we love to death. What?
Okay.
DEF. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. And we're going to be talking about why we love it here. But how you been doing, woman? Like I ain't seen you in a while.
I know, exactly. I'm like, babe, we just left each other. What are you talking about? I've been good, though, for the last 5 minutes.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Pimping?
Rocky.
Okay.
We're getting started.
What we talking about today?
So, I do be listening to other shows and other stuff and other people's podcasts and stuff.
We all do.
Right. But Shirley Strawberry on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, they have these people that be writing in them letters to her.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? The Strawberry letter. There you go. I was about to say, I forgot that fast because I always want to listen to it when
Strawberry.
I can. Right.
It wouldn't be called the cantaloupe letter.
Okay. First of all, I was trying to see if it had her name, like her first name in it, not her last name. But
right.
Anyways, this letter that was written to them, I couldn't believe somebody really wrote this.
Okay.
So I want to read what that letter was to them.
You got the whole letter?
What? I had to find it. Like, is this real?
Man.
I sure did. So, the title of it was called Motivational and Manipulating Man.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Why are you so giggity?
Because I hope I can just read it without having any kind of reaction, but I don't know. I highly doubt it. Okay, anyways. I'm married to a man that calls himself a preacher without a church.
Okay.
I call him a motivational manipulator. He goes on Facebook and says he's a prophet and he sees stuff differently than anyone else. He said he consents when the dog has indigestion, but everybody else in the house can because we can all smell it too. But we just kind of humor my husband and allow him to just think that it's because he can sense it.
Right.
He tries to spook our kids into not doing things that he doesn't agree with. My daughter wants to be a majorette at her school, and my husband made up a statistic about girls not getting accepted into schools if they had been shaking their booties in high school. The worst thing he did recently has made me ready to pack up and move out. I found out he had been talking to his ex and giving her advice on her current relationship. She was telling him things like she's lonely because her new husband goes days without talking to her and that gives her anxiety. She said she's insecure because he hasn't had sex with her in 3 weeks. My sweet manipulative husband offered to comfort her by having sex with her to restore her confidence. And it was all in the DMs. I read it all. Now she feels bad for cheating on her husband, but my husband is stuck on stupid. When I asked him about the cheating, he said the sex meant nothing to him. It was intended to be therapeutic for her. Does he really think that, or is he really hoping I'm stupid enough to allow that?
That part.
Does he need to talk to someone, or is he aware of what he's doing? Can you believe this? She said, I can't believe it is. Oh, wait, what did she say? Oh, she was just like, I just really want to know if I'm being crazy or should I help him get help? That's what it was. That's what she said. I lost where I was reading. Anyways, yeah. So she was saying, I'm trying to figure out if I need to get him help. I mean, is he selfish, manipulating, controlling man like you said he is?
I mean,
like I said he was. That's what she said.
Right. Yeah. So
what?
What you want to do?
I don't even know where to even start with this man. Well, I just want to know what your opinion before I say what I got to say. 'Cause I got a whole bunch of shit to say.
Let's start with the parenting part. He's definitely over parenting, and wants his daughter to be a very.
But he's a preacher without a church.
Right. He's overparenting because he seems like he's one of those.
No, he's a preacher without a church. Who preaches and you ain't no preacher then?
Right.
Don't you have to have a church to be a preacher?
Technically.
Typically, you also have to go through seminars.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta go to school for that.
Yeah.
To get your official.
You call yourself a preacher.
But he's back to the overparenting part. You know, when you don't let your daughter participate in the majorette team or the dance team at school.
Right.
Because you make up this crazy story.
Right.
That's like, you just don't want your girl to turn out to be.
First of all, it's a majorette. That's what it's a majorette. It's not like she out there just twerking at dance parties and just doing that. She's a part of an organization if that's what they do. And she could get a scholarship to doing that and being good at that. And then she can be, they do TV shows on them too now in college. That like majorettes are really big.
He's got a problem, got an issue dealing with that situation with it.
I just feel like he's trying to be controlling. Because you do what I say or what I like, I'm trying to manipulate you to do what I want.
Of course. That's a no-brainer according to what you just read. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as him sleeping with his people that he's supposed to be giving therapeutic advice to.
It wasn't people, first of all. It was his ex.
But the ex was sharing information about her, husband?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming to him, even though he's an ex, she came to him for advice, right? Right?
Yes.
So he took advantage of that, her vulnerable moment, and said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and resolve that little situation that you need resolved.
Oh, I didn't read the rest of that part because I knew it was getting done, but I wanted to finish. Oh, he said that the sex meant nothing to him.
Of course he's going to say that. Because he's going to use his title that he gave himself as the reason why he did it. It ain't right.
The fact that you laughing.
It's a funny story.
I'm going to tell you right now. On sight. Do you hear me? On sight. I promise you. On sight. I will fight you. I wouldn't even ask you a question. This is the problem I have. I think I'm with Steve Harvey on this.
That's where I'm getting to. Like, why is she even asking?
Okay.
The question.
I was about to say, that was my main thing is to her. Why? Why?
H-U-H, not H-E-R.
Oh, right. Her. Her. Well, y'all know what I'm saying. Like, why? Why are you asking him? You already read it all through the DMs and seen what he's done.
Right.
So you want to go ask him to see what?
And he admitted, saying that it wasn't.
And he was like, oh, it didn't mean nothing. It was
right.
Therapeutic. I probably would have slapped you on sight. There's no probably. I would have. Like, I would have just, like, I'm mad. Like, and I kind of want to slap her. Because why didn't you slap him?
Yeah.
Like, no, he don't need help. You need help.
Right,
like,
'cause why?
What? Like, why are you see this? This fool sitting up here, he sensed that the dog has indigestion. Everybody else can smell the shit around the house, but y'all play into his little foolery by saying, oh, yeah, you got it. You got such a good sense. It sounds like y'all play into him being this so-called prophet or preacher or whatever he is.
It sounds like he's trying to brainwash everybody. And once he gets everybody brainwashed, he can do these crazy things that he's doing.
But y'all realize, and then you're the one that's saying, but it's like you're the one that's keeping your kids like, okay, we're just going to play into what dad says. It's like y'all enabling him to do this.
Absolutely.
And why are you asking, do you need to get him some help? Help him by slapping the shit out of him or kick his ass up out of there. Like, oh, okay. So this, because he's doing it because you're allowing him to. And I really feel like he's been doing more shit to you that you've just went into saying like, well, maybe he truly believes this and you keep allowing him to do this. Because now you're like, okay, I'm ready to pack my bags. Why aren't your bags already packed? First of all, don't pack your bags. Pack his bags and get his ass up out of there.
Message.
Because it doesn't make sense to me. His ex was not the first one he slept with that he's giving therapeutic sex to.
Message.
Like, I'm being dead ass serious. Like, how are you giving this therapeutic? What is therapeutic sex? Do you know what the hell this shit is?
I sure don't.
Okay. I was hoping you was going to say that shit.
Fellas, don't you fall in that trap. Fellas, don't you fall in that trap.
I'm like, maybe it's a God thing. Please explain to me.
I can give you what I think the definition may be.
What?
When you use your power to convince people that are vulnerable to believe that what you are saying to them makes sense. And you obviously need for this to happen. So I'm going to help you resolve that little situation. And then we're not going to think anything of it. I'm not going to take it personal. You don't have to take it personal. We understand what we're doing. It's kind of the, what you call it when you,
friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits type situation. And we keep it moving. So that's what I think it is.
No, he said therapeutic. Therapeutic is something
he's using
that
his title as this preacher without a church to give advice. He's counseling.
I feel like that's his way of making it okay
That's
while
what
he's
I'm saying.
doing what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And that shit is just bullshit.
And it's backfired.
She needs to get help. You need to get help. I know she probably ain't listening to this show, but somebody tell her she needs to get help. Because why are you allowing this person to say this stuff to you? It's just like I don't know why people do this. Because I promise you, I think this is why people that lie a lot don't like to be around me. Because when you lie, I need to have an understanding. If you try to do something and don't make sense to me, because I'm going to keep asking questions because it don't make sense to me.
What?
Right. He know it.
We're going to get into this, but hold on. Before we get into this, man, let's shout out to the Green Chef.
Oh, okay.
One of our favorite sponsors because we likes to eat.
All the time. Y'all know Green Chef, the reason why we love it, one main reason for me is because it's
convenient.
Okay.
It's clean and convenient.
He thought he was going to finish my sentence. He messed it up. But that's okay. But yes, it's convenient. But my main thing is clean eating. Mm-hmm. But the convenience part is so important for us because it delivers right to your doorstep every single 2 weeks for us. We go every 2 weeks. First of all, it contributes to our healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Because I am transforming us to eat much healthier.
Oh, you see that? That's healthy living right there.
And then you don't have to worry about finding different recipes that you like. They have different ones for you every week. Over 80 of them weekly that you can choose from. Our main thing right now is what we kind of really excited about is the little treats. Because this man right here, he loves treats. And I'm trying to make him do better and eat better snacks, better treats. And when I say treats, I'm talking about cookies.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite, though?
You talking about them goji berry oatmeal cookies?
Yeah.
Ooh, you talking about the cinnamon maple and fig and chai? Was it chia pudding?
Yeah,
chia, whatever. That
and
doggone.
he looked at it like it was nasty, but once he
with the hazelnuts?
Right, but once you ate it, you were like good. Even my son looked at it like it was nasty.
Let me tell you something, Green Chef. True story. I looked at it like, it didn't even really sound like that I would like that.
Right.
And I took a spoonful of that pudding, and I'm like, hold on, let me make sure this is for real. I took another spoonful.
With the cookies, too. Don't be like him and eat all the snacks at once.
Let me tell you
just
something.
get you one at a time.
Let me tell you something. Green Chef is more than just about the food. Them doggone desserts off the chain. You know what I'm saying? So I got beside myself real quick.
Calm down, please, please.
Come on now. You never get tired of it because it's always a new surprise, Jack. So we're going to take care of y'all, man. So go to greenchef.com/perfectpair50, okay? greenchef.com/perfectpair50 and use the code perfectpair50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Don't you say we ain't never did nothing for y'all. Pimpin'!
Hurry up, because y'all know this summer, these kids going to be begging.
Let's go. So let's get back into what we were talking about, man. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because women do the same thing. There's some women out there that try to brainwash the men.
Oh, yeah, you right.
They may not be pretending to be this priest or whatever, but they'll try to brainwash the man to make them feel like, hey, I supposed to do this kind of stuff or whatever. And some men, they
just as dumb as her.
They just, exactly.
Okay, I think it goes just both ways. Y'all need help. You got to think about that. Like, why would if you asking questions and you already know and y'all playing in, you're enabling this person to treat you this way. And
right.
Now you're just now ready to start to try to get up out of it. The fact that he was so willing to have that conversation with his ex on Facebook and on these DMs, and they talk about it, and they're talking about the sex that they're doing, because now, that was another thing. The ex is feeling bad for cheating on her husband. So now he's trying to help her through that part. But I'm like, why is he still trying to help her through?
So now he's still consulting.
Right. He's still giving her
He's still giving her therapeutic advice.
No.
For that point. Exactly. He still want to get some on the side.
Right. He was too lax about it. He This is something he do all the time.
So it
And
sounds
I
like,
think it's time for you to pack your bags and go.
and it sounds like he and the ex need to get back together because they obviously miss each other.
I don't know.
Or maybe they was a bad couple, but they were great.
I don't care
guess-
about neither one of them. I'm talking about her. What you need to do is run. Get your kids and run from that, or kick him out. Like, let him go out there and be a preacher out there without a church. Let him go out there and be giving therapeutic sex and see where he ends up. Cause somebody's gonna give him some therapy.
Ooh.
And they ain't gonna put hands on him.
Ooh.
And they ain't gonna put hands on him like God would put hands on him. So he better stop
Yeah.
doing what he doing, cause that's because she's married too.
Yeah, that's the issue when you're asking if this is okay or what do you think about this. It's like, man, that should be
To me, I'm about to say, to me, it sounds like you trying to believe what he's saying.
Right.
You trying to think,
'Cause
are you crazy? Like,
because the brainwashing is almost working.
for you to question yourself. And listen, I know we go through that at times where we question ourselves and our thought process, and because we're so in love with someone, we don't. And they've been together for 19 years. They've been married 19 years.
Wait a minute. Okay, I missed that part.
Oh no, I didn't say that's a different part. That's a different.
Oh, I'm about to
story.
say,
Yeah,
shoot, I
no.
missed that part. Wait a minute, 19 years. So
But they have been together for a while because they got teenage daughters. The daughter wants to be a majorette in high school.
and that's their biological kid together.
Yeah.
That one from the ex.
No.
Okay, all right.
So if she wants to go off and be a majorette, they have to. I would assume they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that. And the kids y'all all playing into this stuff. Woman, I think you need to get help. I just think you need to get help and you should leave him.
And he need to get a little help too, because he talking about being a preacher with no church. Like, and look.
Somebody gonna help him, all right?
Look, can you go to school?
Somebody
can
gonna
you go
help
to?
him.
Can you
And
go to?
he need that help.
Can you
it's
go to-
called a good ass whooping. That's the help he needs. That's what he needs.
I guess technically you can go to seminary school and get your what you call it when you become a preacher or when you become a. I think you can get that, and then you're technically
First of all,
you just don't have a church yet, right? So I guess you can. I guess it could happen. You can go to school, but you just don't have a church.
he has not. He has claimed that he is.
Ordained minister. Is that what I'm thinking? That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking. Or ordained. So you can become an ordained minister without a church.
Well, he did that. He didn't. She didn't specify that in that letter.
Right.
And for her not to do that makes me further know that he did not do those steps, because she would have said he's an ordained minister. She would have said something to that effect.
Right.
And the fact that she didn't, that says he called himself a preacher. He feel like he can sense the dog has indigestion, even though everybody else can smell it.
Now there's a such thing called a street preacher. These are
Okay, here you go. John the Baptist. That's who I think about. Y'all remember John the Baptist on the... Do you remember him?
these preachers. Yeah, people.
No, in Dallas. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I was like, no, this guy used to really be around the clubs and everything.
Yes, sir. He be in the clubs in the street preaching hard,
Hard.
delivering some good messages.
He had verses all on his jeans
Yes, sir.
jacket.
Yeah.
He had God on him. He all
I
in...
think he's still there. I saw him in Deep.
Is he? I was wondering if he's still
Yeah.
alive. So...
I saw him at Deep Ellum.
John the Baptist be like, yo, he be out there on the street preaching that
listen.
word.
Now, if you was saying him, I'll give you a pass.
Right.
Because I feel like he done earned the right to be called John the Baptist and preaching the word, because
Yes,
he's
sir.
been doing the same thing for years
Yeah,
now.
because everybody don't go to church.
They don't. But
And you want to meet
first
them
of
where
all,
they
quit
are.
trying to get this dude right here a pass.
I'm
We
not
ain't
trying
talking about him.
No, I ain't trying to give him a pass.
Oh.
But there are people out there that
But
call
you trying to
themselves.
say, like, we ain't talking about him. This ain't for him, ma'am. The one yours. This ain't yours.
So technically, no.
Technically nothing. He needs some therapeutic ass whooping. That's what he needs. Knock some sense into his ass. And you need to stop playing into that stuff. That's another thing I don't understand about women, people in general.
What?
Y'all play into people because you don't want to see them. Oh, that's what we was gonna talk about. Why people that lie can't be around me, because I ask questions all the time.
Yeah, yes.
That's what it is.
Oh, I'm glad you. Ooh,
Wait, I'm serious.
you can't get nothing past this.
Like,
man.
my kids hate, like, they get to a point where they just give up. You have to, because if I don't understand, it don't make sense to me. You have to make this make sense.
But-
and not only will you lie to me, like, at first, if I don't know that you lie and I'm just collecting data, I'm promise you that's what I'm doing. And when I leave, I'm processing everything you saying.
She sure is.
And if it don't make sense I'm gonna come back and ask you again. So remember when you said,
Sure do.
what did you say the other day? And you tried to help me go with it. And I got quiet for like 5 minutes. He's like, are you serious? You just couldn't let it go. No. Because I'm like, make sure
She been thinking about this the whole 5 minutes.
what
Something happened.
was it?
I said something, I can't remember, but okay, conversation's over, right? But it wasn't clicking in her head. Like she didn't get a full understanding yet.
I'm gonna tell you a
5
story.
minutes went by.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him a story when we first got together. And Rocky, when he would talk, he always like mumbled his words together.
You already shared this story many
I don't
times.
care. I'm gonna tell it again because this is why y'all know how I be. It don't make sense. So he on the phone talking to his homeboy or whatever. So he was like, "All right, no phone." And so I was like, "No phone." He was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "What does no phone mean?" He said, "You ain't never heard of that?" Yeah, that's what everybody be saying that. So I'm like, okay. And I just sat there and I'm like, no phone. Like where? Like what does it mean?
Yeah,
and he was like, he's like, all right, dang, I messed up. I meant to try to say no doubt and for sure at the same time, and it just all went together. He got so I was like, oh, you messed up. You messed up. Because I was like, no phone. And it could not register for nothing. I'm like, what is no phone? What the hell?
The brain was not communicating with the mouth at the time. And I just thought, no doubt was coming out, but for sure was trying to sneak up in that bad boy, and it just all got blended together.
Yeah, oh yeah, no phone. And hung up. I was like, no phone? Oh yeah, that's part of the slang. That's the slang. I was like, oh. And I'm really thinking, shit, I must not be him. I thought I heard it all. And I kept like...
Couldn't let it go, y'all. She couldn't let it go. She couldn't let me have my moment.
At all. But that's the kind of person I am, though. The point I'm making is if it does not make sense. Like one time my daughter came home and talking about she's selling chocolates. And I said, okay, we sold all the chocolates in the box. Now you take the money and give it back to the school. To the school.
Right.
She comes back home. She still got the money in her backpack. Why do you still have the money in your backpack? The teacher told me to keep it.
I remember that.
She said it so calm. To the point where I was like, well, did she? But I said, well, why would she tell you to keep it? I don't know. I said the same thing. I went up to her. She was just like, no, Lyra, keep it. Get on the bus. I said, you mean to tell me they've been telling us about making sure we turn this money in and they gonna tell you to and I kept asking her, she was like, yo, she should. But when I tell you this fool was serious, she said, sure did. Sure did. I said, I'm about to email her right now. Go ahead. Like she was calling.
She was riding that line, boy.
I said, okay, I'm emailing her now. Boom. The teacher calls me because I said, please call me if you have any questions. The teacher, before I feel like I hit send on that email, that teacher called me. She was like, I did not tell Lyric to leave on that bus with that. She said she was supposed to turn in that money and she just took off telling me I'm going to miss my bus. I looked at her. She was like, oh. I said, don't breathe hard now. But you breathing hard for it now. I said,
she gonna ride that line all the way.
Like, what happened? Tell you another story why with my kids, I don't know why they lie because they know I'm gonna keep asking. And I gotta investigate so it can make sense to me. Harmony, she calls us. We're at our son's baseball tournament. She calls us talking about somebody hit her car and put her tire on flat. Hit the car, but the only thing that's messed up is the tire, okay?
Joker dented in.
And so I said, what? I don't know. I just came out and I think somebody just ran into me. I said, really? So I'm looking, I said, show me the tire. Show me the car where you was hit. It's the tire. Keep in mind, the rim that's bent is at the top. So it's bent in. Like
to a letter V. That
to a
bent.
V. And I'm like, where else did they hit? I don't know. I came out and this is what it was like. I said, Harmony, this don't make sense. Tell me the truth. What happened? I said, they couldn't have hit your car. What happened? Okay, so, I don't know. I think maybe I hit a pothole on the way to the gym. But where her car is right now is at the beauty supply store.
Right.
Just so you know. So I'm saying, you hit a pothole on the way to the gym.
And you kept driving?
I said, and you kept driving.
So remember, the rim is dented in. So you can't drive.
You can't drive it at this point. But so she said this happened on the way to the gym. And she sat at the gym and then left the gym and drove it to the beauty supply store. So I was like, Harm, are you serious? She was like, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, we finna go ahead and take, which way did you go to the gym?
We finna go.
And then she talking about, and she said, I don't remember. Oh, I said, no, you remember. We gonna go every which way it is to get from our house to that gym. We finna follow it right now. And then here goes Rocky. He was like, just FYI. If the hole is patched up already, we'll still know where the hole was. So,
taking all them excuses
right.
away.
So also she was like, okay, I'm ready to tell the truth. I'm ready to tell the truth. What happened? I was about to miss my turn in the beauty supply store and just turn real quick and hit the curb. Told her, Cora, why would you just say that? Baby, just say that. Look at you done stressed yourself out.
Oh, man.
You crying, she's shaking. She's like, I don't know why. I said, and Rocky always says, you know your mama gonna keep asking questions. Like, you know, because it don't make sense to me.
Nope.
Like, why lie?
I already knew what happened. I was gonna wait till you. I was gonna let him.
I wanted you to make it make sense to me. My kids know. Don't. My son, I gotta get. This is my last story, and then I'll be done. My son came home talking about, Mom, that problem you helped me with was wrong, so I failed the test. So I said, what problem did I teach you wrong? So he was like, yep, I got it wrong, and I failed the test. So I was like, dang, and I was feeling bad, like, dang, son, I'm so sorry. Like, let me see the test. He's like, yeah, you don't have to, I just told you. I said, let me see the test so I can see what I did wrong. Like, how'd I teach you wrong? When I tell you this fool had 25 questions, it was one question where I might have messed up on the problem he was talking about, meaning you had to miss 12 on your own that we went over. I looked at him, I said, you mean to tell me I said, wait, no, you said I helped, I taught you wrong. I said, you don't know the rest of this? Well, what you mean, well? He was like, all right, Mom, I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't study, I didn't know nothing, I only helped with one problem, and then by this time, he said, it's just so stressful to tell you stuff sometimes, and I just don't know how to say certain things, because then you kind of just go off. Well, it's for stupid shit like this. Why am I getting mad at you? Because I had told him all week long to study.
Sure did.
And he won't study. I'll be like, let me help you study. Let me help you study. And the one problem that he asked me about, I taught to him. First of all, and then when I went back and checked, I didn't teach him wrong. He just didn't remember how to do it. Because guess what he does when he want to act like he's studying? He be like this.
He just staring the
And then he'll write down, he'll be like, I said, you understand? Yes, ma'am.
You ain't listening to nothing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then it's like so late at night that you just get to the point where like, go to bed. I don't know what else you're going to do. It's in God's hands at this time. And that God just said, we going to teach you a lesson. This fool failed a test but tried to blame it on me.
Oh, man. Hey,
and guess what? I'm going to find out I'm going to keep asking questions till it makes sense to me. And I tell anybody that if y'all don't want the people that lie to you, that liars to be around you, ask questions. When it don't make sense, ask questions. Quit letting these liars get away with that shit.
And when they start getting frustrated and mad because you asking all these questions, that means, something up.
Right, or cry.
Yeah, something ain't right.
Oh, you know that's a telltale sign. And they start trying to deflect and making it seem like, well, it's something happened in my past or it's something you did. They lying. Don't let them do it. Stop letting these people lie to you. Lady, leave.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
My side hurts, so
Good.
I ain't done enough laughing for the day.
Well, good.
Perfect Pair Podcast. Continue to tell a friend and download, subscribe, all that good stuff. The 5-star reviews are still coming in strong. Thank you for that. We'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
Bye.